Welcome to Romancing Your Soul with Regina Cates. If you're questioning the path you're on, we've got the answers. This is a place for practical, right-now solutions you can implement today. Make your relationships stronger, your challenges fewer, your communication better. Here's your host, the acclaimed author of Lead with Your Heart, personal empowerment coach, and positivity junkie, Regina Cates.
Early spring in my neighborhood in Los Angeles is a heavenly time to lie in bed at night with the windows open. The orange trees in front of my apartment building are in bloom. Orange blossoms, while fragrant during the day, become intoxicating at night. The sweet perfume wafts invisibly on the light evening breeze and collects heavily within my room. For such a powerful fragrance, orange blossoms are actually very small. One sunny day I spent 30 minutes picking up many of the tiny paper-thin blooms that had fallen from the trees. Seeing them from below is deceiving. Only when I was squatted on the ground did I truly appreciate how little the flowers are. It takes quite a number of them to fill even the smallest package, but I carried on determined. Kneeling under my orange trees, I picked up hundreds of blooms, cramming them into a teeny Ziploc baggie until it was bursting. I found a cheerful greeting card, put the sealed package of orange blossoms inside, and mailed it to my mother. With everything Mom has done in her 90-plus years, of all the places she's traveled throughout the world, she confessed that she had not once smelled orange blossoms. As I sealed the envelope, I felt the excitement of her surprise at getting the card, of her wondering for a moment what in the world I'd sent her, of her opening the teeny Ziploc bag and for the first time breathing deeply, taking in the intoxicating fragrance, the smell of my love for her in the form of orange blossoms. I've learned acts of kindness provide us deep contentment. Knowing we've helped brighten someone's day makes our heart feel full long after the event itself has passed. Kindness is the action that emotionally connects us to people we know and also to people we may never meet. Early on a summer evening, I watched a car pull up and park in front of my home. Without reading the posted parking signs, 3 young adults got out and walked up the street. Thinking they were possibly visiting a neighbor, I waited a few minutes to see if they returned with a parking pass. When they did not come back, I guessed they had gone to a local restaurant. Although it was their responsibility to read the signs, I knew how I would feel if I returned from a fun evening to find a costly parking ticket. Instead of having them learn the hard way, I wanted to alert them to the parking restrictions through a positive experience. As a resident, I am able to receive a special number from the police department that allows visitors to park. I called for the number and taped it to their car's windshield for the parking officer to see. I also left a note on the driver's side window that said, "I didn't want you to receive a ticket, since there is no parking on this street after 6 p.m. without a pass." A few hours later, the car was gone. All that night and well into the next day, I had the amazing feeling that comes from performing an anonymous act of kindness. Although we may never meet the people we help, being kind puts us in the position of understanding how others feel. Kindness is having empathy, so we become enriched by another's happiness and upset by another's anguish. One day I found a dog wandering alone in my neighborhood. When I called the number on her tag, I got an answering machine. After I left a message with my contact information, I took the dog to my home. Soon the phone rang and an excited woman said she was on her way over. The dog and I went outside to wait. As the woman approached, the dog began to wiggle and bark. After clipping the leash to her collar, the woman turned to me with a huge smile and said, "Thank you so much for finding Honey. I'm visiting my parents and the gardeners left the gate open. I didn't even realize she was gone," she said as she reached out to take my hand. "You're welcome," I replied. It was the best feeling, being in the right place at the right time to help reunite a pet with a person who loves her. Being kind sometimes results in creating a happy ending for someone. and kindness can join two hearts in deeply life-changing ways. I sobbed in a homeless man's arms. I didn't know him. Most likely I will not see him again, but I will never forget the moment our hearts touched in the intimate dance of raw truth that he lives on the street, and I in a warm apartment. I wanted to take him with me. It began when I commented on his dog. He smiled very proud and said, "Yeah, she's great. I've got her back, and she's got mine." As he spoke, gently petting the dog, I reached into my wallet and took out all the money I had. Without counting, looking, or caring what he would do with it, I handed it to him. He hesitantly took it. As our hands touched, my tears began. The man reached out, wrapped me tight in his arms, and said, "It's okay. We're okay out here. Thank you for caring." As I turned to leave, he said, "I love you." I looked him in the eyes and said, "I love you too." Each day, you and I are given countless opportunities to express our good and charitable heart. Kindness connects us to other people, reducing feelings of loneliness and emotional isolation. Acts of generosity and empathy keep us connected to the caring warmth of our heart. Treating other people as you want to be treated does not mean waiting for them to go first. Lead with your heart and be kind, because each act of kindness you give makes a huge difference to you, to others, and to our world.